Welcome to Body Activation Explorations, hip flexion with external rotation. Basically fancy for leg going front to back with the leg rotated out. In the journaling process, we're looking for three things. What do you feel? Like where in your body do you feel it? Accurately describe that feeling, that sensation. Does it feel good or bad? How does it affect how you currently move? Do 6 to 12 times per each side. Make sure that all the positions are pain-free with no cramping, otherwise get out of it. Control the pace, 3 seconds up, 3 seconds down. We are looking for the position that is difficult to control and pain-free. So that is the position of particular interest to create an exercise off of. Now in our first segment here, I'm walking up and I'm literally just making sure that I have a comfortable position of my thigh in rotation. When I find that position, then I can go front to back with my thigh, so I can start raising it and lowering it. I make sure that my right hand is bracing the wall or a table, something that gives me a little support, so I'm not balancing. I'm just working on pushing into the ground with my right foot while my left leg is rotated out and going front to back. Now I make it really simplistic, making sure that it feels okay to keep the knee straight. If I need a little bend in the knee, I'm noting that too in my journal. Keep it really, really simple and just notice how you bring your leg all the way back and all the way forward. Now I'm going to switch sides and repeat the process, slowly spinning that right leg out and back to neutral to find a comfortable position of rotation. After I find that comfortable position of rotation, I'm going to bring that leg forward to back with the leg rotated out. And I have my right hand on my hip, so on the top part of the hip, right below the ribs, so I can feel how my abs want to participate or my trunk wants to participate. My left hand is bracing on the table, and my left leg is also touching the table a little bit for some extra balance. I'm shoving that left foot into the ground or leg into the ground, and then I'm slowly bringing that right leg forward and back. And I may rotate a little bit. I'm just getting a sense of what feels okay. Now you can either lay down on a bed. I like to use a bed for this one because I can use the edges of the bed. And from here, I'm going to spin that left leg out, noting how the hip feels while I'm on my back versus while I'm standing. When I find that comfortable rotation out position, I begin to raise the leg and lower it. If you want to bend the right knee to brace the body a little more, go for it. I have my legs straight on this one, and I have my hands on my stomach to see if my pelvis is rotating side to side. Now I raise that left leg up rather high. Sometimes when my hips are not feeling as good, I might only get them a couple inches up off the table, and that's okay. I'm just respecting that day. I'm going to repeat this on the other side where my right hip is a little slower than my left. So you can see that the height is really different when we start out. It goes a little bit lower. And you can see that as I'm practicing this, my hip range actually improves quite dramatically. I'm finishing up on the right hip, raising and lowering. Then I go to my right hip so that my left leg gets an opportunity to roll out and in, and slowly bring it forward to back with that foot rotated out. Make sure that you support your neck right underneath with that right arm, and that bottom knee is bent. If there's any discomfort at all in the knee or the hip, make sure that you go to the next exercise right after this. And make sure that you also take a note of it in your journal. From this position, we will be on our stomach, and this is why I like the bed. Instead of just raising the leg up from the ground, you can actually bring that hip into flexion or in that bent position. And from here, I rotate the foot out and I slowly bring it up off of the ground. Try to maintain that rotated out position, and again, make sure that this feels okay on the hip and the knee and the torso, because you need to anchor the body in order just to lift this leg up. It can be difficult. From here, I repeat this on the other side. I bring the leg down, I spin the leg to make sure it's comfortable in rotation, and then I keep that rotated out position as I raise and lower the leg, trying to keep the torso from falling over the edge. I actually grab onto the side of the table. Massage tables are great for this exercise. After going through 6 to 12 of these, depending on how many you need, I do the left hip side with the right leg. So again, I'm spinning that right leg and I bring it forward to back. I stabilize my head with my arm, so my left arm is underneath my head, and my right hand either pushes into the table or the bed, or I can actually brace my neck from the opposing side as well. Swinging the leg through and back is a controlled effort, and I'm going to make a note of if it was easy or do I lose that rotation when I'm bringing my leg front to back. Now that we're all finished, we can go back to the journaling exercise. The 3 questions that we started out with were, again, what do you currently feel in your body now? Has it changed from the beginning? And can you accurately describe it to really put it into context of how it changed? And then how do you move now compared to when you began? Lastly, make sure that you list the position that was most difficult to control, that was pain-free, for our next exercise.